stories, it's okay.
I have a question. In your job of helping the other drug-addicted people, how many do you think you are able to influence to get off the drugs?
Oh, okay.
Or your success rate, yes.
You're cruel, you're cruel. Oh, boy. I can't tell you. I don't know, but let me tell you a little story. Let me tell you two little stories. When I was in New York recently, I spoke at this drug clinic that was an inpatient clinic for young teenage guys. And there's a story that I'll tell you tomorrow. It's a story that I call The Power of Love, and it's how I dealt with racism with love. And I told this story to this group. And afterwards, one of the counselors asked the guys, or one of the guys in particular, said, well, what do you think about that Power of Love story? And the guy stood there for a second and thought. He said, I think I'm going to try it out. Now, I can't ask any more than that. The fact that he thought about trying it out. Another situation I was in, it was a drug detox clinic in L.A., and there was this guy who had been an engineer for Hughes aircraft. And he got on the pipe, and brain cells leaked all out his head, and he was saying he couldn't, he came to me one day, he said, man, I used to do calculus, and now I can't help my son with his algebra homework. Now, I had been in a situation like that because at the time that I was on a pipe, I was in the school to be an electrical engineer. And I knew what he had to do to get his brain cells back. So I told him what he needed to do. I gave him the program to get his mind back, and his math mind back. I didn't see him for a couple of months, and when he came back in, he had done it. He was back at Hughes. He had done what I said, and I had helped at least one person. I don't know, maybe more, but for percentages, ask my agent.
What kind of music did you listen to then and now?
I listen to just about every kind of music except country. Okay? I mean, my idea of hell is having to listen to country music for eternity. Sorry if I offended any country and you Western music fans, you probably feel the same way about rap. Another question. Oh, there's a hand. Two lines of my, okay, that's easy. The question was, she asked me to sing two lines of my favorite bhajan. Okay, I have a 2 or 3 way tie. The first one is the one, Shri Sai Dwarakamai Prashanti Vasi Sai Ram Sai Ram Sai Ram Ekanam Sundaranam. That's one. And the other one is, oh Lord, I know someday you will take your loving form away. What will I do when the form is gone? Grant me the wisdom to carry on with devotion, not emotion.
What did your friends think about your transformation? And do you still have the same friends?
Yes. Okay, very good. Great question. Great question. Great question. When I came back and I started making these changes, now there were 2 categories. There were friends, and then there were friends. Okay? And when you're in the drug business, you have a lot of friends. Those folks just like, woof, gone. But my friends, even though most of my friends were not into any spiritual, metaphysical stuff, it was actually quite wonderful. My friends, in fact, they were very supportive. They were glad I got out of the drug business. In 1985, God bless you, In 1985, I got this urge to go to Baba's 60th birthday. I was broke. I couldn't afford to go from one side of Chicago to the other. These friends, who, like I said, they weren't into this stuff at all, they got wind that I was trying to go to India. They gave me money. They helped me out in a variety of ways. People called me up and said, Mike, clear, look, here's $50, here's $100. Or, Mike, I owe you some money from a couple of years ago. I'll get that to you. Or, Mike, you helped me one time. Let me help you. It's been wonderful. And when other times when I've had to make transitions, and several of these friends are atheists, okay? And these atheist friends of mine are some of the most spiritual people I know in terms of how they live their lives. So, yeah, I pretty much have a lot of my customers when I was in the business were my friends from before I got into the business, and they remain really good friends, really good friends. And I think, in fact, one of my friends said, two comments that came from two friends. One of my friends said, Mike, your butt has been pulled out of the fire too many times for it to be an accident. You must be here for something. And another friend of mine, when I made the transition from Chicago to Los Angeles, I called him up. I told him I might be staying out here. He said, you know, sometimes, Mike, you need to get away from your friends because sometimes your friends can hold you back. So I've been blessed throughout my life with great friends.
Since you have been successful in achieving abstinence from drugs, would you consider leading some groups in addiction rehab centers?
Leading groups. I work with groups. I work with centers as much as I can whenever I'm given the opportunity. Leading, I don't know if I would lead a group. That doesn't seem to be my job right now, but I'm like that, what do you call it? I'm the hired gun. Come in, you know, smoke them, and head on out of town for the next job. Yeah. Is my time? All right, my time is up. Jai Sai Ram.
Forward so you can hear better. Anything else I'm supposed to say?